Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to build a simple counter app using Python and the Tkinter library. So this is a great beginner project to get familiar with Tkinter and creating GUIs in Python. So let's dive right in. Let's start by importing our Tkinter module. So from Tkinter, import everything, and once we imported our Tkinter module, let's start by creating our window. I'll call tk function here, so tk class, and to display our window we need to call main loop method here. So what this main loop method will do is it will keep updating the window and wait for user interactions. So let's run this, and we have, where is it? Yeah, we have our little window here, and let's set geometry, our Windows geometry. So 750 wide and 200% long height. So it will be enough for our today's project. So let's change Windows title here. I'll set the title to counter app. Let's run this and see, and we have our title here. So now once we are done with this, let's create our counter variable. I'll name this number, which is equal to 0. So this will be our counter variable. So we need to display it. To display it, we'll create a number label. I'll use label widget here, label. So I'll place this within our window, and so this labels text will be our number variable, number. And let's also specify font. So let's say bold, and 50 would be enough, and bold. So let's run this, and it should not display our number variable here because we did not pack this. So let's display it. Let's use pack method here, and let's also add some padding to our number variable, number label, add y number, and let's run this, and there we have it. So let's create a button frame widget, and let's place this within our window, and let's also pack this frame. So this button frame will contain our buttons. So we need 3 buttons. First is increase, second is reset, and third is decrease. So before we create our buttons, let's specify their style. So button font will be bold, and 15 would be enough. And let's also specify foreground font color. It will be white, and let's also specify background color. You can choose your own color. So I'll use 349 EEB. So let's also specify button relief. I'll show you what this relief means. So let's create our first variable. first button. I'll name this button increase button. So let's call our button widget. So we'll place our button within our button frame. So button text will be increase in this case, and button font will be equal to our this variable button font. So now let's also specify foreground color here, which is white, and let's also background color uh, lowercase button background. So let's pack this. I'll use grid method here. So this grid method will place the button in grid layout. So we need to specify row and column. Let's also add some padding around our button. So let's run this and see how this looks. And there we have it, our first button, and it looks kind of ugly, right? So let's add more styles. So let me show you the flat relief here. So let's specify relief here, button relief, and yeah, it looks better now. We need to also specify active foreground, which will equal to our white color, and also button active. I didn't add comma here. Active background, which is equal to button background. So let's run this and see how this looks. Much better, right? You can also change colors if you want. And let's copy paste this 2 times because we need 2 more buttons. So first is reset button. Let's change this, and this will be decrease button. So let's also change text, and let me just fix indentation here. That looks good. And let me change to reset. And we need to also do one thing. We need to change column. So this starts from 0, here 1 and 2. So let's run this and see how this looks now. Yeah, everything is perfect, right? So we just need to add functionality to our buttons. So let's first create increase button, increase function. Increase, it will increase our number variable by 1. So let's modify it to global number. I forgot to add colon here, and let's increase our number by 1. And we need to also change our, where is that, number label. So number label dot config, and we need to change text to our number variable. So now it should work. Let's test this and see. Oh, I forgot to add a specify command here. Command will equals to increase. So let's run this now and see. And it's working. So we need two more functions. So I'll copy this function and paste it here and change the function name to decrease. And let's also change the operator here, and let's also create our reset function to reset our variable. So I'll remove this operator, I'll make this to 0, and what we need to do now is to specify command here, reset function for reset button, and decrease function for decrease button. So let's see how this works now. And our increase button is working. Let's see, our decrease button is also working. And let's click our reset button, and everything is working. So yeah, and that's it. We have built a simple counter app using Python and Tkinter. You can increase, decrease, and reset the counter with just a few lines of code. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to PythonicMind for more programming tutorials. Thanks for watching and happy coding.